again by you can understand God by studying the creation and the work of his hand. He said, for the invisible things of him are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that there would be no excuse. Another translation said that God's eternal power and character cannot be seen. But from the beginning of creation, God has shown what these are like by what he has made. And that is why those people don't have any excuse. So I would like to say that some of the languages used in scriptures are based on limitation of the understanding of the people at that time. And if the scripture is going to be written today, you are going to see some changes in the language used. I'm sure you're going to see words like energy, frequency, and vibration, because that's what the whole world is about. All of us are vibrating. We're vibrating, at all of us have energy. In fact, you cannot manage time, you can only manage energy. You cannot manage time, you can only manage energy. Because you can only manage something you can increase or reduce. But time, if you decide to sleep from morning till night, it won't change the fact that you are still going to spend 24 hours. You are rich, you spend 24 hours. You are poor, you spend 24 hours. You are weak, you spend 24 hours. You are sick, you spend 24 hours. Everybody has 24 hours every day. So you can't manage it. You can't manage time. You can only manage the deployment of your energy. Because you can't manage what you can't control, the utilization. You can't manage what you can't control, the utilization. So the concept of time management is a hoax. It's not possible. It's not feasible. You really cannot manage time. But you can minimize the way you waste your time. You can maximize the time, your time by using it for productive activity, but you can't manage it. For example, to manage money means I can save my money and then invest it at a later time. But you can't save time. You can only maximize the usage of time. You can't save it. You can keep your energy. You can try to not do much, so you have no energy to do much later. But you can't do that with time, to keep the time, to use the time later. You can't do that. But you can do that with your energy, because the real currency we are spending every day is currency of energy. So we are all energy, and we're vibrating at a frequency that resonates with a reality in the God system of the universe that attracts to us what we desire. Last week, we talked extensively about this. So I'm sure you see the word energy, frequency, and vibration in scriptures. For example, love, joy, and peace. For example, love, joy, and peace make you to be at a high frequency of vibration. But anger, hatred, and fear make you to be at a low frequency of vibration. This is why, as long as you are in Christ, which means you are full of love, joy, and peace, evil power cannot harm you, because you are above them due to your high frequency of vibration. God has set up different systems on the earth, and this makes him not to interfere with the way the earth operates every time. Some of these systems include water cycle, carbon cycle, phosphorus cycle, nitrogen cycle. He has also put a system within your body to enable you manifest your heart desire. And this has been the focus of this series. And guess what? Today, we have done more than 40 episodes. As a matter of fact, today is episode 43B. Episode 43B. And the title is How to Manifest Financial Breakthrough, Part 2. How to Manifest Financial Breakthrough, Part 2. Let me have a recap of what we discussed last week. Last week, I talked about the fact that 90% of people will not be able to manifest their desired reality because of one thing in their life. And that one thing is what hindered them from manifesting. The fact that they cannot outrun their frequency. They can't outrun their degree of consciousness, and they cannot outrun their degree of awareness. Please know that 90% will not be able to manifest their desired income because of this one thing in their life. To increase your income physically, you must increase it vibrationally. And this is what helps you to gain access to divine bank account. To divine bank account. To divine bank account. Remember, you're on the physical plane where you see only 0.0035%. So don't judge by what you see. Action does nothing more than facilitate or mediate the manifestation of your desired reality. So you must take action to manifest, but you must take the right action. You must take the right action. Remember I said last week also that, have you ever wondered why you go for seminar on financial breakthrough or financial intelligence, and you do all that you were told to do, and the situation remains the same? This is because the reason for the stagnancy is because of your frequency. So for you to get 200K per month, from 100K per month, you need to reverse engineer your desired reality. Know that frequency is intertwined with your reality, and so you cannot outrun or outwork your frequency. You cannot outwork or outrun your frequency. You can put in so much effort all you want. Nothing will change if you don't change internally. So to get the frequency of the desired reality or money you expect or you're expecting, you need to begin to see yourself as someone that earned that money. You need to begin to think like someone that earned that money. You need to begin to have an emotional experience like someone that earned that money. You need to begin to see yourself as someone earning that money. You need to begin to expect that sum of money. When you find something normal in your life, you have this an unconscious expectation, and what you find normal will find you. Whatever you find normal will find you. All this we discussed last week. Let me start this week by saying you need the right kind of work based on intuition to manifest your desired reality. Look, you are in a particular job, you are doing a particular job, whatever it is, always remember, it's not really about what you do. It's about who you are. See this life? It's not about what you do. It's about who you are. It's not about what you do. It's about who you are. Have you ever wondered why someone does not seem to have so much skill, yet is doing so well? And someone that has so much skill and is not doing so well in the same sector and in the same industry. You shouldn't do things because people are doing it. You are in the same sector. Oh, this is what they are doing now. So you also go and do it. That's what they are doing now. You also go and do it. Rather than you becoming that desired reality so that you can begin to have intuition, which give you a mental nudge, compelling you to take the right action. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something called the right action. There is something called the right action. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Can you remember the case of the children of the disciple in Luke chapter 5? They toil all night and caught nothing. Then in the morning, they gave their sheep for Christ to preach. After Christ preached, Christ now told them, launch into the deep. Let now your net for a draught. He told them, now you're supposed to catch fish in the night. Now he's telling them, no, you have to do it in the day. You need to do the right kind of work, an inspired kind of work. More like you are led and directed to do something by virtue of your frequency. And that doing that thing then help you to achieve the desired reality. So you come up with ideas that you never even premeditate or plan for. Something just occurs to you. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do it? And this has happened to me several times. I just feel like, why can't you do this? Why can't you do this? And like I said last week, I would do it. Even if nothing happened, I'm not bothered. I just do it. Doing it is more important. Obeying that instruction and doing it is more important than the outcome. Why? Because I'm not attached to the outcome. If you're attached to the outcome, next time when you have such an idea, you won't be say, the last time the idea came like that idea, nothing happened. Because you're attached to the outcome. Because you're attached to the outcome. So you need the right kind of work based on the intuition to manifest your desired reality. You need to enter the state of consciousness or frequency that you want to materialize. Look at the notion of spending money, which means the money is gone because it has left your bank account. This makes you to be operating in this physical realm of illusion because you see the money gone. You see the money gone. So you get into a win-lose game. The notion of spending means the money is going. So you get into the win-lose game. The moment you now spend more with the notion of it gone, you then have an emotional charge, an emotionally charged thought of not having enough to get other things that you need. Now, this sense of not having enough make you to have the fear, worry, and panic, and this leads to a misalignment with infinite intelligence. This separation from infinite intelligence from God make you to create hell within. And a man can receive nothing except it be given to him from heaven, because the kingdom of heaven is within you. So please note that you don't spend money, you circulate it. You don't spend money, you circulate it. You don't spend money, you circulate it. This is a very important concept you must understand. You don't spend money, you circulate it. Do you know what that means? That means if I circulate it, it will come back to me. That mindset means if I circulate it, it will come back to me. You don't spend money, you circulate it. You don't spend money, you circulate it. Now, because you need to be happy spending. You need to be excited spending. You should be glad spending to buy things for people or for yourself. If you feel pain to do it, if you feel pain to do it, remember again, because you see the money gone, it gives you an emotionally charged thought of not having enough. Not having enough creates fear, worry, panic. Whenever you get into fear mode, he has not given you the spirit of fear, but of love, of power, of sound mind. Immediately you get into fear, you go out of alignment. You go out of alignment. You are no more one with him. You go out of alignment. Immediately you go out of alignment, you are no more in heaven, you are in hell. You create hell within because you have fear, worry, anxiety. And man can receive nothing except be given to him from heaven, and the kingdom of heaven is within you. So, you are unable to receive. You are unable to receive. You are unable to receive. If you see money in your bank account as your source of livelihood, when you let it go off by spending, you subconsciously think, I've let go of my source. And if I have let go of my source, then I have no source. And if I have no source of sustenance, then I become worried. I become afraid because you don't have enough for survival. Because the bank account is your source. God is not your source. The bank account is your source. And because the bank account is your source, when you spend, you are letting go from your source of sustenance. Because the money is leaving, you become worried, because you don't have enough for survival. Please note that you don't spend money, you actually circulate it. This should liberate you today from fear, worry, anxiety that come with spending. You don't spend, you circulate. Circulate means it comes back to you. It comes back to you. When you see it as circulating instead of spending, then it means it will come back to you. When you begin to see money as what is circulated, that will mean that it really never goes, even though it has left your account. It really never goes. It goes out to multiply and come back to you. The reason you see money as leaving you is because you live in a physical realm of separation. But when you transcend this realm into a spiritual realm, you begin to see everyone as you. So when you give money to someone, when you buy something or you assist someone, you see that person as a version of you, as a version of you, as a version of you. So because I see the spending as circulation, then I set in motion the notion that the money has gone into circulation and it will soon come back to me. It makes me to be in a state of consciousness and a frequency to expect it to come back and attract more to me. Remember, there is no truth in your reality other than what your subconscious might have accepted as true. Remember that. When you think of money this way and accept this as true for you, be it unto you according to your faith. Be it unto you according to your faith. Please remember that there is no truth in your reality other than what your subconscious might have accepted as true. So that means if you accept that money is circulating and it will come back to you, then you are right. And it will become your reality. If you let your subconscious mind accept the fact that the money you spend has gone and it's not coming back, this will remain your reality also. If you let your subconscious mind accept the fact that the money that you spend is circulating and it will come back to you, this will remain your reality also. This will consequently change the way you feel whenever you spend money. And this feeling, good, while spending, puts you at a frequency of wealth. And this becomes your reality. I hope this is liberating someone this evening. 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 So you need this understanding in order to begin to spend money from a place of peace. You need this understanding to spend money from the place of love. You need this understanding to spend money from the place of joy. You need this understanding to spend money from the place of gratitude. So until you spend money from a place of peace, love, joy, gratitude, you will not put yourself in the place to let the money come back to you. Please know that more important than the amount of money that you spend is how you feel while spending it. More important than the money you spend is how you feel when you are spending it. This is the whole idea of sowing and reaping, where you see the money you give people as a seed that is sown and that you sow into their life. And because you see it as a seed that you are sowing into their lives, you expect it to get an harvest sooner or later. You expect to give an harvest sooner or later. And since you can only have what you already have vibrationally, by having the harvest of the seed sown internally, you will reap it externally. As long as your bank account is calibrated to the physical plane, you are setting up yourself for limitation. You are setting up yourself for limitation. You are setting up yourself for limitation. When you lay up treasure on earth, where you lay up treasure on earth, where it can be corrupted, you enter into limitation. Lay not your treasure upon the earth where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Lay up for yourself treasure in heaven, where neither moth or rust does corrupt, where thieves do not break through to steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. This make you to make money a false god in your life, because you are attributing physicality to causality. As long as your bank account is calibrated to the physical plane, you are setting up yourself for limitation. You make money a false god in your life, because you are attributing the physical reality in your life to causality. When you lay up treasure on earth, what you are doing is clinging your soul to an illusion. Also know that there is no security in reality, because reality is an illusion. And the true security that you will ever find is within you. This can be taken out, whatever you have physically can be taken out by flood, by fire, or by foe. So you need to begin to store up your treasure in heaven. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within you. So feeling safe by the money in the bank or money coming in is putting your security in physicality, which is an illusion. So you need to begin to lay up treasure in heaven. And heaven, in this case, is a state of consciousness, a state of bliss, a state of love, a state of joy, and a state of peace, and a state of calmness, and a state of serenity. You need to begin to lay up treasure in heaven. And heaven, in this case, is a state of consciousness. Heaven, in this case, is a state of bliss. Heaven, in this case, is a state of love. Heaven, in this state, is a state of joy. Heaven, in this state, is a state of peace, calmness, and serenity. This is where there is security, not in your job, not in your business, not in your account. The infinite intelligence, which is God, should always be your source. And you see that source, it never runs dry. You see that source, it never runs dry. It's a big challenge for us today in the world, because we allow what is in our account to determine how we feel. You are happy because of a lot in your account. You are sad because you have to spend, even if it's to help loved ones, because you see it as the money leaving you, not seeing it as you circulating it so it can come back to you. When you make physical thing your source, you are confining yourself to reality. And this is a realm of limitation. Always know that physicality is limitation. Anything physical is limitation. Why? Because this is a realm of illusion. Everything you see is not real. Put fire on it, it go up in flame. It's not real. It's not real. When you make physical thing your source, you make your job, your business, your industry, your skill, your boss, your company, your work as your God. Ladies and gentlemen, God is your source, not your job. God is your source, not your job. If you make this physical thing your source, if anything happens to it, they will affect how you feel within. They will affect how you feel within. And when they affect how you feel within, it begins to affect how you feel without. if I tell what happened to you without, when you allow physical things like money to determine your internal state, then you allow limitation to determine your internal state. This will make you to attract frequency of limitation, and this will increase your limitation with doubt. Remember, to lay up treasure in heaven, you need to be emotionally and intensely experienced. You need to emotionally and intensely experience the amount of money you want to make within. So, for example, if you want to be making 1 million a month, you need to begin to embody the frequency of those that are making ₦1 million every month. How do they think? Where do they go to shop? How do they reason? What are the things they consider expensive? How do they see themselves? Where do they go? If you want to be making $1 million a month, you need to begin to embody the frequency of someone making that money a month. Remember, you cannot outrun your frequency. Look, if you walk like Jacquard, you walk like Jacquard, but you are not doing the right work, you can become a frustrated human being. Because you see yourself putting in all the work, you're not getting the commensurate result. Someone else is doing very little, but is getting a lot because it's striking the right chord. It's striking the right chord. That's why I gave you that example of those that have toiled online and caught nothing. Now, based on just an instruction, they still do the work, but the result was more. So work is necessary, but the right work is what is good for you. So you stop gambling, wasting time, and not getting the result. Many believers today are tired, unhappy, sad, weary because of what I'm telling you today. I don't know how you feel about this, but guess what? Spirituality without the ability to control your reality is vanity. Any spirituality you have that does not give you control over the reality you want in your life is vanity. It's a waste of your time. Say you're spiritual, but spirituality gives you no power to control your reality. You're just wasting your time. You're just wasting your time. You need the right kind of work, which comes from intuition, with mental nudges, compelling you to take certain action. I can't tell you how much of this I do. And sometimes when I see the outcome, I say, wow. You know, sometimes we have a program and I just feel like sending the flyer to some people. And they are not my mind, I just feel like sending it to them. And I'll send it to them, and guess what? They are going to nominate people to come for the program. Why? In the place of meditation, it just dropped on my mind. And when it dropped like that, I do it. Even if I don't see anything, I'm not bothered. Why? I just done what I feel led to do. And I'm not attached to the outcome. You need to live your life this way. What do you want to do? What project do you have? What do you want? Spend more time in meditation. Spend more time in visualization. See that thing happening. As you be in that phase, if you continue long enough, different things will come to your mind. Different ideas will pop up. Just do it. Whatsoever it says to you, there's just one thing to do. Just obey. Just do it. And before you know it, You just see doors opening, see the opportunity showing up. So if you want to make 1 million a month, you need to begin to embody the frequency of those making that kind of money. This makes you to make your destination your starting point. That means how you will feel when you get it. You are beginning to feel that now. And then the God system of this universe takes you to your destination because you're already making your destination your starting point by feeling the feeling. And the God system take you to that destination. When you allow this physical reality to determine your security, like what is in your account, then you allow this reality to come and take back that security from you. But when your security is within, is in wealth within, then there'll be a change in your reality without. The understanding that spending is circulating is exactly why you should be excited to give money to the needy. The understanding that spending is circulating is the reason why you should have a budget to be a blessing in the world. You should be excited giving money to the needy. Why? You know, there's some things I do. I deliberately ensure I have cash to give people begging on the road. Deliberately. I always will have cash with me to give people begging on the road. Deliberately. You know, someone will say, and some of them begging, and you don't know, some of them are build house. They are not sincere. And I tell them, did God say you should bless a sincere beggar? That the beggar have to be sincere for you to be a blessing to them? Why are you bothered about whether they are real or true or lying? Why are you bothered? If you want to help, help. If you don't want to help, move on. The beggar does not have to be sincere. Just give. Be deliberate about being a blessing. You know, there are some people, I know they are struggling. So whenever they chat me for money, whenever they call me, I don't take their call. I don't. Because I know they need money and I don't want us to discuss the problem. I don't want us to discuss. They are trying, they have a job, but you know, things are not adding up. So I don't want us to discuss the problem. I don't want them to complain to me because I already know what they want. They send the account, I will send the money. I already have a budget for you anyway. I have a budget for you. I will support. Why? Because I know it's circulating. So I have a budget for it. I have a budget for it. I have a budget for it. You know, one of us there dropped the stuff every month, so every week for the distribution we do. I don't know if you check. I will drop the report. It's going to work on the third report. Is it second or third report of how much that has been done in this regard? And I'll draw the report for you of how much thousands of people of food that many of you here also contributed to. You should be happy doing that because you know what? Jesus said, when you do this to the least of me, you have done it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, have a budget for benevolence. Have a budget for benevolence. Have a budget for... Be deliberate to want to be a blessing. You know why? It's going to come back to you. Why? Because it's circulating. Don't see it as if something is leaving you. See it as going to come back to you. And guess what? It's going to come back. It's going to come back. That is costing us about 75K every week. And we've sustained it for 2 years. You can contribute. And not just about that one. There are so many other things. You must be deliberate. You know why? Because you are conscious of the fact that it's coming back to you. So do your saving, but have a budget for benevolence. Have a budget for benevolence. And don't see giving as it leaving you. No, it's not leaving you. It's going to come back. Why? You are giving it to another version of yourself. Another version of you. So it's not leaving you. You are giving it to yourself indirectly. He said, in as much as you have done it to these people, you have done it to me. See God in them and be a blessing to them. So, be deliberate about understanding that when you spend, it's circulating. Not just giving to the needy, even when you buy things for yourself or buy things for others, when you spend, it's circulating. Also, note that to withdraw from divine bank account, you need to begin to alter your perception towards your work. That is, you need to have a positive perception towards your work. Do not see yourself as a slave in doing your work. That is why you need to refine the way you see your work. Redefine the way you see your work. You know, someone say, can you imagine? They are just using me in this office. If you are useless, they won't use you. They are using you because you are useful. So be happy that you are useful, rather than complaining that they are using you. Someone else, they can't use them because they are useless. They don't have value to add. They can't use them because they are useless. They don't have value to add. Or you, they are using you because you are valuable. So redefine the way you see your work. This is because your work is a medium through which you are able to pay yourself, and this makes your work a middleman to you being given money. So if you have a wrong definition of your work as being a means of slavery, then you have a wrong projection of frequency towards money. How then do you hope to get more money when your source of getting the money is perceived in a negative way? When you feel miserable on your job, you're not excited on the job. Because the job is a middleman to get the money into your hand. When you feel miserable in your job, you project a frequency of misery, and this becomes what you attract to yourself. And this makes you to be more miserable on the job. This is because in your mind, you have associated work with misery instead of associating work with a place of learning and growing, making you full of joy and excitement. You know my definition of work? W-O-R-K, where one receives knowledge. You know my definition of work? W-O-R-K, where one receives knowledge. So I'm excited on Sunday evening because Monday is work. I don't like holidays. I'm excited to be at work because my creativity is seen. And this not just because I run a business. Even when I was in the bank, I love what I do. You need to find a way to love what you do. You must have the right perception towards work to unleash your creativity. You are in a desk where you see human being every day. Wow. Do you know what it means to serve human being every day? You don't know who they are. You don't know what they can do and be of help to you. You don't know how God can use them to be a blessing to you. Begin to see them as a source of inspiration for you to get that desired reality. So serve them well. Give your best. When they try to be nasty, apologize. Do your best to make them happy before they leave your desk. It can be your colleague, internal customer. It can be your client, external customer. It doesn't matter. Ensure you are happy on your desk. Some people will do things that will make you not to be happy, but you know what? Happiness is a choice. You are the one that will determine when you want to be happy or not by not focusing on what they are saying, but focusing on what you want to see. If you see people every day, I'm telling you, you are closer to destiny than you can imagine. If you treat them well and let them feel good, feel great, feel happy every time, you'll be shocked. Some of them will say, I love the way you do this work. Please, can you come and work for me? Or I have an opportunity. I feel this one will pay you better. Do you think you will like it? Why is the person saying that? He loves the way you work. He loves the way you smile. He loves what you do on your job. And he wants you to come and work with him or to come and work with his brother. And he's giving you a better opportunity because of the way you treat people on your job. The way you treat customers. Because you don't know who they are. You don't know conversation they've had with people who need someone that can do something. And because of the way you treat them, they said, I think you'll be good for this job. Look, can you send me your CV? My uncle might need your service. He needs someone that is very good at what he does like you. He needs someone to make his customer happy. You can never tell. You need to find love, joy, peace in what you do, because it is not really about what you do, but how you feel about what you do that determine what you make from it. You need to find love, joy, and peace in what you do, because it's not really about what you do. It's about how you feel about what you do that determine what you make from it. If you make money from working and you hate your work, how then do you expect to attract more money from that work that you hate? How then do you expect to attract more money from that work that you hate? Ladies and gentlemen, to withdraw from Divine Bank account and hit the financial breakthrough, you need to raise the quality of your frequency. Your frequency speak before you speak. Your frequency speak before you speak. Be deliberate about getting good quality product or service. For yourself than get low quality because you are trying to save money. Be deliberate. Check into an hotel. Give yourself a treat. Be excited at how you feel. Keep that memory. Bring it back from time to time. Be deliberate about getting good quality product for yourself rather than low quality because you're trying to save money. But in reality, you're not saving money. You're just projecting a frequency of lack. And this will make you to attract more circumstances of lack to yourself. Please note that quality is frequency. Quality is frequency. Having eye for quality and desire for quality is frequency. And once you raise the quality of what you get and use and buy, then you raise your level of self-worth. And this affects the level of what you attract to yourself. This is not to encourage irresponsible spending, but rather to say that if you can afford good quality, then buy it. And if you can come back to buy it, come back and buy it when you have the money. Stop saying it's too expensive, because there's no such thing as expensive. There's no such thing as expensive. There's no such thing as expensive. When you go for low quality, that is the old frequency. keeping you at the old level of finance that you want to get out from. Keeping you at the low level of finance that you want to get out from. That you want to get out from. Keeping you at the low level of finance that you want to get out from. So begin to treat yourself, because once you begin to raise the quality, which is the frequency, you begin to raise the frequency, you begin to raise the frequency. And once you begin to raise the frequency, you begin to attract quality. You begin to attract the reality to yourself. Attract desired reality to yourself. This is so important. This is so important. Ladies and gentlemen, what have you learned today? What have you picked up today? Let me hear from you. Ekene, good evening. Hello, are you there? Ekene. Okay, Eunice. Hello, Eunice. Eunice, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? I hope I'm audible.
Good evening, sir.
All right, yes.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, just to be sure, because I called Ekene and Eunice and they didn't answer. Okay, Grant.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. So what I learned today is, first thing I learned is, again, the right kind of work.
Yeah.
And then instead of spending money, to see it as circulating money, as against
You are spending it.
Yeah, because that spending it is like you're releasing the money. I mean, like you're letting go of it. Yeah, like you're losing the money, compared to seeing it as going around, which gives you a good feeling actually. And
Yeah.
then the loop is even open for it to flow in again.
Yeah.
Then, so then God is my source. And now, okay, yeah, so if you see money as, if you look at money in the physical limited realm of separation, that's when you see that money is going in two directions as against everything just being one. And then, so spend money from a place of peace. Yes, you should be happy when you are spending money. And it just changes a lot though. And then I
Yeah.
see it as yes, I see a difference between feeling scarcity when you think the money is going, feel like you're losing it, like this money is finishing or something. Then what else is it again? Oh yes, you now said, and the way you used the scripture just amazed me, that you should not hide your treasures on earth, or you should not store your treasures on earth where moth and rust can destroy and thieves can hijack, but you should keep it in heaven. And that heaven, when you now said it today, it just came to life in my mind, how that heaven is really within.
Yeah.
Like similar to how to be in God's frequency of protection, where you are secure from within. So that, and the interesting thing about having, like me, I'm using an example of, I have a house and a land. the land plus the house, everything together like a property. And I'll now put fence and gate and security cameras and all the different things, make everywhere secure. If in my mind, if it's not secure,
I'll still be afraid.
assuredly, yes, you still be afraid. And because of that, it means it's on earth. Contrary wise, if all those things are set up, or maybe not set up, and you are calm within, and anything should happen, you will still not be moved because you don't think physicality will affect the state of what you have logged within. So it's like I'm looking at a scenario where, like a thief, for example, when it looks like somebody has stolen something from you, but within you, you have it, you would not feel perturbed because it's in a place where it can really not be accessed. So you don't lose it. I'm saying that this loss, when something is stored in heaven, even if it seems to disappear from the physical realm, you don't you don't feel a sense of loss
Yeah.
because it exists in the mental realm. Then, so the kingdom of heaven is within me. I think that's one of the sweetest reality I've been coming to terms with in the past. In
Yeah.
the Yeah, like seeing it that way changes the distance from seeing God as afar off, seeing everything as a distance, to seeing it in the present. Then, what else again? Yes, to make a lot of money, like once you decide that it's 4 million now to make per month, you now think that people that are making 4 million, or how will you see, what will you call expensive? What will you, how will you relate with people? How will you charge? And then to put my mind in that state where, I mean, it's not interesting because, and you've said so many times that reality or physicality is an illusion. And since it's an illusion, and it's a very serious, strong illusion, though. It's a very serious illusion. So, but the mental state now controls your vibration. So when I begin to recalibrate everything around me of, okay, so what is not expensive again with a 4 million income per month? Let me see what's not expensive.
Yeah.
A car is not expensive because it will take like 3 months to buy a 15 million worth car or
Yeah.
vehicle.
Yeah.
And that really changes the whole feeling.
You get the
Now,
point. You get the point.
nonetheless, as I'm saying all these things, a part of my mind is still playing the trick of physicality where am I daydreaming or am I tricking myself? But I get that once again, and which is where, for the other part you mentioned, that there is only so much that is our aspect. This is like making an order from God's system of manifestation. So the delivery, the how of the delivery is not up to me. And how is going to even come, or at least the first hour I know it will come, is intuition. And so that intuitive inspiration that tells me, because I'm already looking for 4 million, I'm already in 4 million states per month. Then one day, one idea will just bump into my head. And I'll be like, and then I'll do the idea. And I'll even be in what would I call it? What would this is? I'll be in Zen state to execute the idea. And then 4 million will enter. Simple. That sounds very easy.
Yeah.
Then, so that's like the right kind of work. And then the examples you gave of when an idea comes into your mind. Now, to the part where I have a question.
Go ahead.
When you were mentioning how that somebody who is at work at their decks is making everybody that comes happy and trying to ensure nobody leaves their table sad. I was I'm thinking that, is that not making love, joy, and peace a strategy for getting what you want as against a state you enjoy being in?
As against what?
As against a state where, like, are you doing it because you want to be, like, does it not communicate using the expression of love and joy and peace and helping people as a strategy just to get what you want, as against something that's as a state of mind you enjoy being in. So I don't understand my question.
Yes. Now, if you start it and you see how it help you, even if you start it with the hope of getting you to get what you want, and you get used to it, then you now realize that it's beyond just getting what you want, is the best place to be. So your motive for starting is immaterial. The important thing is that when you begin to do it and see the, it's like someone said, I'm forgiving him. Even though I don't like him, I forgive him because of myself. And it's good for me. That's why I forgive him now. Even if the motive is selfish, it's good for me.
But that counteracts the, contradicts the how that action is not as important as mental state. Like if your mental state is wrong and you are doing the action, it should not produce any fruits.
What you don't know is that you need to be in the right mental state to do that thing consistently. If you are not in the right mental state and consciousness, it will crack.
Yes, exactly. That's one of the reasons I'm raising this.
That's the reason why so that's if you are not conscious of the fact that this is what you must do. You have to put yourself in that state to be able to do it. Because if you are not in that state, remember, you cannot outrun your frequency. You cannot outrun your frequency. So that means before you leave the house in the morning, you're already picturing where you're going to do our work. You're already putting yourself in that state. Because if you don't do that and be in that state, you won't be able to sustain it. It's just like someone that wants to go to gym. If you are not gymming in your mind already, you won't go to gym. You will give excuse, it's too late. It's raining. This, that. Why? You're not in the state of conscious of someone that is gymming.
So, but if that's the case, why do you teach it? Why then did you emphasize it from the benefit standpoint?
I didn't get that.
So why did you emphasize it from the benefit standpoint, which makes it like just transactional and strategy and like a strategy?
That was your understanding. So that's why it's good you ask the question.
Okay, yeah.
Do you understand? That was your understanding. That was why you asked the question. So which I'm now saying to you now that if you make a transaction, if that's the only objective for doing it, you might start, but you won't be able to sustain it. But because you need to sustain it, then you have to get into that consciousness. Okay. You must create it within to sustain it without.
Then, so the other part that is, yes, I think I understand it now, at least the expansion. And that part of trying to make people happy. Why are we trying to make people happy? Like, I see for me, it's more important for me to be in alignment with what I believe is right than in being bothered about who might be happy or sad from my action. So
if your job every day is to make people happy, to solve customers' problems, when you solve their problem, they'll be happy now.
That's not my
your job is not that you want to make them happy, but when you solve their problem, they'll be happy. And your joy is that they are happy leaving you because you are giving your organization a good impression about your desk. And you don't know who will go and report them and tell them that girl is very good, that boy is very good, he's doing so and so and so for the organization.
I fear.
So it's not really about them, it's really about you. Only that while you are trying, you can't give what you don't have. So in the bid to help them or to make them happy, give yourself a happy. You yourself are happy. So at the end of the day, what you are doing it so diligently that it's making them to be happy. But by making them happy, you also are happy. And you need to be in that state all the time so that you go to work with the excitement that you want to make another person happy today because that their happiness contribute to you. Go ahead.
I don't want to make them happy. I don't care if they're happy or not happy. I don't care. I just want to think.
What if your job is to ensure they are happy?
Okay.
So you service people. You don't want your customer to be happy. Then they will come back to you now.
Me, it's not like I don't want them to be happy.
You don't want to do a good job that make them happy.
No. Interest, like the point, you'll be happy. I'm interested in you being happy if it makes me happy. Like, in that there has to be like an alignment. My first goal is not to make you happy, is to do what is already like your happiness. Somebody's happiness for me is secondary, like it's secondary. So if I'm saying like
You're not getting my
I'm
point. You are talking like an
my,
individual. You're not talking like someone on the job. As an individual, your happiness is primary. On the job, the person you are serving, his happiness is important for you to keep that job.
that's fake life.
It's not fake. It's not fake. You're the one seeing it as fake. So let's say someone on customer service. Your job is to help customers solve their problem. Or someone in sales and marketing. Your job is to help someone solve the problem, even though you are selling to the person. Now, and I'm saying, if you are going to be able to sell effectively or serve the customer effectively, you yourself must be happy first, because you cannot give what you don't have. So when you find yourself in that happy state, then no matter what the customer did to you or do not do, if you remember when we discussed self-love, when we discovered, self-love, no matter what the customer do or do not do, it doesn't affect how you feel. Why? Because you are already in a happy state. So you are going to deliver something that will make them happy, even when they come to you sad. Because of the state you are in. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So, but to what degree can you control another person's happiness?
Solving their problem.
And but they might decide still not to still
That's
be
not your
happy.
problem. You solve the problem. What is the problem you solve it? So if they have another problem, they are allowed, I mean, they're not to be happy. That's not your business. You solve the problem.
Oh, right. Oh, all right. Okay. Yes. Nice. See that. I mean, I was really seeing it as just doing everything. They should just be happy.
No. You are serving them and giving your best to ensure you fix the problem. After fixing the
Oh,
problem,
yeah.
it doesn't even greet you and leave. You are happy you fix the problem. It's his problem not to be happy.
Yeah, I'm not. Yes, exactly. Then if you even perpetrate in that state where you ruminate over what they've done and then interpret it as maybe like an extra insult to yourself. Yes, there was something you said that was so interesting to me. Let me quickly go to that. How that you should get quality, and instead of saving money, like instead of trying to save money to get something that is of lower quality, and like to save money in quotes, like you should buy higher quality, because when you buy something of higher quality, you establish that frequency of vibration in your mind. And yes,
Increase your self-worth.
yes. I didn't write that because I couldn't comprehend it. So when you say increase your self-worth, is it that
you see yourself as being valuable enough to use this kind of stuff? Because when you have something of better quality, can afford, when you save money, you buy a lower quality, you are telling yourself indirectly, I'm not worth that. That's not for me. This is for me. That's what you're telling yourself.
Okay, I see it now. Okay. So now the other part there is now that if you now buy something of low quality, instead of saving money quotes that the person seems to be doing, what you are doing is perpetuating your low
the frequency of seeing yourself as low and not being worth it.
Yeah. When you do that initially, will you not feel a dissonance or something within, like the first time you stretch the limit?
That you decide to do something of higher quality?
Yes.
You said, will you know what?
Like feel a disturbing feeling within you.
No. You bought something of good, you'll be excited now because you have not used it before. You know the excitement of getting something new. You know when you get something new.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, kind of.
No, not kind of. When you get something new, how do you feel?
Like okay, excited.
You get a new phone.
I'll be happy because of the work you can do for me. I'll be really happy.
There is a sense you have when you get something new. It doesn't matter. It might be for an hour. It can be for a day. There is a way you feel when you get something new. When you now get something new of a better quality, you feel good about yourself because you're buying it for yourself. This is what you are worth. It's a self-worth thing. If it's like if you allow someone to disrespect you, is the way you see yourself. If you see yourself as, if you see yourself, if you don't see yourself as valuable, you allow someone to disrespect you. If you see yourself as valuable, you won't allow disrespect. You just take a walk, leave the environment because you don't want to be disrespected because of the way you see yourself. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, yes, I understand that
So,
one
so the
correct.
way you see yourself is important. It's so important. The reason you hire your clothes, you show up looking good, is because of the way you see yourself.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking, like, have you? I don't know if you've answered this question before, but how do
Okay.
you edit your self-concept?
How do you what? Edit it.
Edit, yes.
So what is the new self-concept you want? Create a mental picture of it and spend time meditating on it. What is that new concept? You know, I read a scripture to you the other time. I will read it again. You know, sometimes when we read some of these scriptures, we just gloss over it. It says, but we all with an open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory. If you behold in your mind long enough, with full of emotion, that new reality you want, if you do it long enough, you will become it. You become it. And that's why I said, going to hotel, a place expensive, spending, there's an experience you have that you can easily repeat in your mind, just to let you play that picture again and again. Remember, your brain cannot distinguish between what is imagined and what is real. You want to create it again and make it normalize it for you. So you can be at the frequency that I've accepted that this is what I desire. This is the kind of person I have. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I understand now. I understand. And that's about. Thank you very
All
much,
right.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Favor, good evening. Hello, Favor, are you there? Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I was trying
Yeah,
to
good
unmute.
evening.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for today's session, sir.
Yeah.
I think one key takeaway for me was the understanding about that money is circulated.
Yeah.
I think that concept really will go a long way. There are sometimes we tend to do certain things and we just feel, personally, I do it sometimes where I said, I've spent a lot, I've done so many things within this time. But I think this consciousness, this mind shift will actually help to know that it's circulating. And I like the fact that you gave an example around helping beggars,
Yeah.
because just an observation of recent, you see that increasingly, maybe because of the happenings around our environment, begging is now more predominant. It's like
Yeah.
you're walking on the street, one person is walking up to you, they're seeing able-bodied young person, and then your mind is saying, how did you become a beggar? Wow, you this guy, why are you not doing something? That thought normally um comes to mind like, oh, maybe this beggar is just lazy, as in trying to rationalize why the beggar is begging.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that with an understanding as to what the assignment is or what the expectation is, it becomes a lot easier, because what happens is, whether or not the person is begging for any valid reason, or if you feel there is an important information that you can share that could help the person, then it's better you offer that, you give that substance, and also give that, communicate that help. Sometimes some people are actually going through certain things because of their ignorance. That's because they don't know something is available or something can help them. So I think these I'm really seeing things differently around this. And something happened while I was coming from the market. I saw the beggar. He was walking with, he was blind, and he was working with his son. The son should be maybe 20 thereabout. And then the keke people were like angry. How can you be begging with your father like this? And each person was just saying different things to the boy. He just continued with his father do. And so I just started talking to the guy like, why now? What's the? He now said no, that when he came to Lagos, he wasn't a keke driver. He had to go and pay someone to teach him how to ride keke. He said riding, that if this young boy had come to them, even as they are, that they can actually give him a keke to ride and he would make money from it on a daily basis. For me, that's just opened my eyes to there are actually still opportunities and sometimes even information.
So what that guy does not know is that he doesn't know that the way you think, a lot of things influence it. He grew up in an environment where it's easy for him to walk up to people to ask for that kind of help. Some people already grow up with the mindset of, look, if I don't have, I will beg and I will get it. So thinking the person should think like him, it's just like a classy working class lady who had primary education, secondary education, tertiary education, probably masters abroad, working in a multinational, earning so much, married, have learned so much about homes, how to arrange things, how to do stuff, how to serve people. You're not brought into your house a village girl who by misfortune of life found himself as a house help in your house, and then you expect him to know the difference between a cup for wine and a cup for water. Something is wrong with you as a lady. Something is wrong. If that girl can think the way you think, will it be a house help in your house? Do you understand? That's exactly what that guy is doing. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay. That's exactly what that guy is doing. Thinking the guy can think the way he thinks. It's not just easy. Some things are easy for some people to do, but it's not easy for some other people to do. Because remember, your frequency speak before you speak. Your frequency speak before you speak. So that's why the best you can do, he needs help. If you can't help, don't insult him. If you can help and move on.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Then all the aspects around work or the additional and usage, I think sometimes what happens is even while you're doing the additional work, you expect to see the end result.
What's the end result?
If you do additional work you produce results.
Which result?
Maybe that would tend to maybe appreciation. It could be appreciation. It could
because
be
you are expecting them to appreciate you. If you appreciate yourself and you're not devoid of appreciation, you won't be surprised and feel bad if someone is not appreciating you.
Oh, okay, sir. I have a question.
Go ahead.
At what point does a person feel the outcome or get the outcome of actually putting work? Human beings normally, when we put in work, we want to see results.
Yeah.
Just like you were giving an example as regards happiness. So when we, for instance, make others happy, we become happy.
Mm-hmm.
So when we put in work, we want to see results.
Yeah.
But if we put in work and does not see a commensurate result,
yes,
it tends to dampen. It tends to,
because of the way you interpreted the experience.
Okay.
The way you interpreted the experience. That's why it dampens, because you expect them to appreciate you. And I'm saying, if you are full of appreciation of yourself, if they don't appreciate you, you're not worried, you're not bothered, because you are happy already doing what you are doing. And you are seeing, when you do it, you are doing it well now. We need to redefine results. What you do, you see the result of your work in the sense that you were able to do it well and solve the problem. What you are defining as result is someone commending or commenting or giving you accolade, whatever it is. It's not like you didn't see the result. The result in this case is solving the problem. Your result in this case is what you expect from people. And the way you now interpret that situation. I told you the other time that if I feel the nudge to do something, even when I don't see the result, I still do it and move on. Even if I don't see the result, why? I feel like doing it and I do it. Why? Because look, you can't control how people feel about what you have done. Even some people, when you have done it so well, they still don't like your goals. They would still find fault. Some people will still do it. So if you don't love yourself, if you don't appreciate yourself, you might just live in misery just because someone refuses to appreciate your good effort or good work.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. And this one you mentioned actually did touch me. The aspect, the one you just mentioned now, as to getting a nudge sometimes to do certain things and then you do it.
Yeah.
Initially, when I used to feel that way, I was feeling, am I sure? Like trying to question and re-question it. Even
does it cost you anything to do? Just do it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
just
sir.
do it. Just do it. Look, you know, when you begin to do it and you get used to it, you don't know the day you will do the one that will give you the lucky break you are looking for.
True.
So just do it. You don't know the day you do the one that will hit, that will give you that result you are looking for. Just do it. Just get used to ensure that you were not thinking of this. It just came to you. You should do it, and you can do it. It won't cost you anything. Just do it. Just do it. And do not expect you see results immediately. If you see it, great. If you don't see it, move on. Because you don't have control about what the outcome will be.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Thank you. Amaka, good evening. Are you there? Is Amaka there?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Long time.
How you doing, sir?
Very fine. And you?
Very great.
Yeah.
Thank you for today. So many things resonate with what you said this night.
Okay.
In terms of that God is our source, and I'm grateful you just kind of reaffirm what I've already had in mind. Then secondly, getting quality things for yourself, which I did yesterday, and I was so glad.
I didn't get that.
I was so getting something quality for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, I did it today, and I was very, very happy I did that. Not just for myself, for my mom. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and another thing is what Grant was even trying to say. I wanted to say something about that.
Okay.
Given answers to people's problem, it's kind of bringing joy to yourself.
Yeah.
Then also helping them. I want to give an instance. There was one time I had issue with bank stuff. So when I got there with the kind of mind that I was like, why would this happen? And when I got there, the person who attended to me just resolved everything, and that was it. So it brought to my consciousness that when you come with problem and you're able to give solution to it, you calm the high tension that they have been bringing. But when you are not able to solve their problem at that instant that they are bringing it, you kind of make them go with uncertainty that will this problem be solved? And by the time they are coming back again, they are coming back with another tension to pile up with what they had done before. So it's always nice that we are able to provide solution to people's issues when they bring it to us. And if we're not able to do that, we can always reach out to somebody around us. Especially if it's a work setting, we can reach out to people who can help give solutions.
Yeah.
And I tell you, when you do that, people will be happy to always come back to you. Even if it has nothing to do with their problem. They will always refer you to somebody, because it has happened severally with me that even when I'm doing my stuff, people, as they see me that I'm doing my stuff and I'm busy, they would rather want me to attend to them, maybe because of the approach at which I would resolve whatever they bring.
Yeah.
And when people say, but sorry, there is no way I can pass it to somebody. The person actually saw that I was busy and found it a privilege for me to help them solve the problem. So it is left for me to leave what I'm doing at that point and try to give attention and give solution to what they have brought. And so it gives me joy when I do that, because it's kind of fulfillment that I am able to give solution to problems that are being brought to my table. So I really appreciate today's topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
So that's
Thank you. All right. Sam, good evening. Hello, Sam. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
How are you? How's everything?
Very fine.
All right, thank you. Thank you for great work you are doing. God will
Thank you,
continue
sir.
to strengthen you.
Amen.
Yeah, I have one or two questions.
All right.
Number one, I want to know, you're talking about frequency. I
Yeah.
think that so many things I needed to change. Okay, but how can I increase my frequency to maybe to the highest, so that some of these things that I needed to change, I have to change it? Then that's one. Secondly, I was looking for accommodation.
Okay.
Someone said there's one accommodation in the Aja.
Okay.
So I went to look for that accommodation. I love the place, very neat, very good, everything well prepared. So, but when they tell me the money, I feel like this money is too much. Then I look at relocating to that place. It's going to change many things. The children's school will change. In fact, I went there almost like 2, 3 weeks trying to find out the school fees, trying to find out how can I get to the office, trying to find out how things are within that area. But on the long run, I love the place. I want to be there. I couldn't take that accommodation. So I was thinking, is it because I have low frequency? Why can't that's the reason why I
So
couldn't, because it's still
when you
paying
say
me.
you didn't take it,
Yeah.
number one, can you afford it? Even though it's expensive, can you afford it?
No. I can't.
If you cannot afford it, you don't have to take it because you don't have the money. But if you have the money and the reason you are not getting it because you feel it's expensive, not because you can't pay for it. So, for example, let's say I'm trying to give a practical example. Let's say I normally maybe I eat my meal, maybe my lunch is about 2,000. Now, but I can afford a lunch of 5,000. But I'm used to doing 2,000. And I found myself in an environment where the option available is 5,000. And I can afford to pay 5,000. But because I'm used to 2,000, I said, no, it's too expensive. Why will I spend 5,000 to eat? Let me go and look for a place to get. Now, I can see 5,000, a better quality, but I'm used to 2,000. So that's a frequency. So there's a way I'm already used to thinking about myself such that even though I can afford this one, I would rather do this other one. And even this one I can afford, not that it will affect my savings. So it will still not stop me from saving or doing other things I need to do. But the sheer consciousness of the fact, how will I be spending that kind of money for this? Now, that is exactly the problem. I can afford it, but there is a mindset I have as a result of the old frequency in me, making me to think less of myself. What we are not conscious of in that situation is that we are thinking of ourselves less. We are not seeing ourselves as worth spending that kind of money to eat. Rather, you feel, look, no, why should I, let me go and eat this after I can eat in this other place. Why must I eat? That it's not about the food. It's about the way you see yourself. That's why it's really important. Now, it's not even about the money. It's not about the food. It's the thinking about oneself. And that contributes to frequency, because frequency, what determines your rate of frequency is your thought, the thinking, particularly when it's emotionally charged. That means there's a feeling that goes with that thought. Then your focus and concentration contribute to your frequency. That's why I read that scriptures. If I want something, if I want to be at the frequency that will attract more wealth to me, then I cannot be focusing my attention on lack. I cannot be focusing my attention on what I don't have. I should be focusing my attention on what I have, rather than focusing my attention on what I don't have. Because by focusing my attention on what I don't have, I feel sad, unhappy, worried because of what I don't have. And that is a vibration that compounds to a frequency that attracts to me more of what I don't have. That attracts to me more situations that will make me not to have that thing that I desire to have. So my focus, or what I'm giving my attention to, my emotionally charged thoughts, my conviction, my expectation. Because sometimes we are expecting subconsciously, someone is praying. He's praying.
Yeah.
But subconsciously is not expecting answer. And we're going to discuss this next week. We're going to discuss this next week, the mindset that hinders our prayer and manifest. I'm going to discuss it next week. Someone is praying, but subconsciously, it's not expecting answer. Why? It's used to not having answer. Because it's used to not, he has prayed severally, it is not having. So even when he prays, he just prays to fulfill all righteousness, not because he's expecting anything to change. So our expectation, and expectation determines what we find normal. What you find normal will find you. Whatever you find normal in your life will find you. So your expectation determines your frequency. Because all these, anytime you are focusing on something, you are a science person. You know, when I conducted this in secondary school, I don't know if you did it, but you'd have read it in book, of a convex lens under the sun, and the light ray converge at the principal focus, and if you put a paper on at that principal focus, it burns it.
Yeah.
That's how exactly what happens. When we focus our attention on something, we become that thing. Our focus is very powerful. Our attention and concentration is so powerful. That's why what we are thinking of during the day, what we are giving our minds to during the day is so important. It's possible for me to pray for something in the morning, but for the rest of the day, I'm declaring mentally the reason why I will not get that thing. And subconsciously, I'm not even aware of that's what I'm doing to myself. Even though I pray about it, but all that is on my mind is how it will not happen, why it will never happen. One of the things we'll be discussing next week is the idea of the fact that you need to pay your dues. You need to pay your dues. So I desire this thing, but I don't believe I can get it this year. I need to spend 5 years before I can get to this position. Paying your dues. It's a mindset that does not make us to believe that something is possible in our life, because everybody that had that thing have had to spend so long a year to get it. And that's the frequency I'm talking about.
So this frequency now, I get you. So it's very important for someone to change his frequency. So what will I do?
No, so what do I want to attract to myself? What am I really believing God for?
Okay.
I need to vibrate at a frequency to attract that to me. The Bible says, goodness and mercy shall follow you, because you're supposed to be positioned for it to come and meet you. But because I am not in the place for it to come and meet me, it's looking for me, but it can't find me, because I have not be to become. I have not be to become. I have not be to become. So for me to be able, I need to be at a frequency that resonates with what I'm expecting. So that means there must be something I'm believing God for. Generally, I should always be at peace. Generally, I should be at a frequency that makes it to be at peace, full of love and joy. But now, to be very specific, there must be something I'm believing God for. Now, that thing I'm believing God for, I have a mental picture of it. I think about it, I meditate on it, look for scriptures that I used to speak to myself, confirming I have it, not saying I will get it. Because when I'm saying I will get it, I'm already saying I don't have it. If I say I will get it, I'm confirming the fact that I don't have it. And you can only have what you already have. So generally, there is a basal frequency of love, joy, and peace I should always be in. But specifically, if I have something I'm believing God for, I also need to be at a frequency that matches it, because everything I'm believing God for already exists. Everything He has given unto us, all things that pertain to life and godliness, everything already exists. So that means if I want it to come my way, if I want what some people call coincidences to happen, to bring it to me, and that coincidence is not really coincidence, it is that I am in resonance with frequency of that thing, and that make it to be attracted to me. I am in resonance with the frequency of that thing. So what really happened is a synchronicity, not coincidence. But to us as humans, it's coincidence. But because it already exists, and I'm at a place where I have come for it to come to me. Because if I don't see, I will not get it. If I don't see, I will not get it. And this is a big issue. You know, when the Bible says, fruitful, multiply, and then replenish them. T, you have. P, you have. So if I'm believing God to have something, I must first see that thing internally. Then there will be a mental nudge, intuition, or leading to do something that will attract that thing to me. So if I am not in the frequency that make me to have received that thing, I will not have the mental nudge, or what you call intuition, what you call a leading of doing something, going to a place, talking to someone, sending an email, visiting someone, just doing something that it will not be like a coincidence. And then I find myself having that thing. So to be at the frequency, number one, you must be at the basal frequency of love, joy, and peace at any point in time. That means nothing should affect that. Number two, I need specifically to be at a vibrational frequency that resonates with a particular reality I believe in God for. And to be able to get to that point, my attention and focus, my feeling, my thinking, my emotion must be as someone who already have that thing. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. It's clear.
So for example, now, you're believing God for something, you collect different scriptures that speaks to that thing, and you voice it, and when you're driving to work every morning, you're playing it and speaking to yourself. And speaking to yourself, and speaking it, and speaking it, and speaking it. Going to work, coming back. It keeps you to be at that realm, at that level, at that thinking, because that's always on your mind. You're seeing it, because you're speaking it. The Bible says, through faith, we understand the word, we're framed by the word of God, so that the things that are seen are made from the things that do not appear. So that the things that are seen are made from a thing. And I speak it until I see it. And it keeps me to be at a frequency to attract it to myself, because I'm always talking about it. I keep seeing it. When I want to sleep in the evening, after I've done my evening prayer, I'm thinking about it, I'm seeing it, and I fall into the sleep in the morning. So what has happened is you are focusing concentration. And remember, whatever you focus on, you become. When you focus on, you become. Whatever you focus on, you become. He said, ye, from the scripture I read before, he said, ye, sorry, 1 minute. He said, that's 2 Corinthians 3:18. But we, with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory. What you behold, you become. What you behold, you become. What you behold, you become. If you behold it long enough to enter into your heart, you become convinced you have it, because your brain cannot distinguish between what you are imagining and what has happened. And then you become it. Does it make sense, please?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much. Kende Olayiwola. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. How are you today?
Fine, thank you, sir.
What have you learned tonight?
Okay. With the little I heard when I entered.
Okay, you joined late. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Like, we become what we behold.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. We become what we behold. Your frequency is based on your expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today. We're going to have a fantastic experience next week. I'm excited for next week. The mindset that delay your manifestation or your prayers. The mindset, the mindset, the mindset. Please try to be around next week and share the link with your friends that you believe must be in this session. The mindset that, and you'll be shocked about some mindset we grew up with, that even though you're praying about something, you're believing God for something, you want to manifest something in your life, but you have hindered it yourself because of some mindset that we have imbibed growing up that has not helped us at all. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next week. Have a great, great week ahead, and bye-bye.